Okay, so I just really need to stop procrastinating this video. So I'm barely on a balcony and it's night time. So excuse the horrible lighting and the no tripod because mine broke. This video is way long overdue. This happened about 5 weeks ago. Okay, so I'm just making this video to just to create awareness for other people that might get into situations like this, or that are thinking about doing certain things that may lead to getting into situations like this. And secondly, because I want to be real and raw with you guys always. I want you to see all the experiences. I want to document everything, not everything, not just the good but the bad as well, and not make it out like everything's perfect and everything went to plan and all of that, because sometimes things don't go to plan and it's okay, that's just life. So anyway, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm a 17-year-old Australian, and at the end of April I moved to Egypt for a planned 6 months. I've been living and working in a city near the Red Sea. I was previously working in animation, and if you don't know what animation is, because I didn't know what animation was, essentially it's an entertainment team that works in a resort and they organize daily activities for guests, nightly shows, disco tours, that kind of thing. I was working in a resort called Fort Erebus and for a company called Funmaker Animation for about 2 months. Now I did film a little bit when these circumstances were actually happening, so you're gonna get a few clips of past me. Anyways, let's just get into this story time type of thing before this video gets really long. To past me, I document my life. I like to be raw and real. So me and this one we worked for, yes, a company, an animation company in Egypt, and everything was sweet, everything was all happy sunshine and rainbows for the most part, until, well, I don't know, they slowly were just fucking us over and making up excuses, or not putting health first, or not really taking humanity into consideration.
Because you're not a person.
Yeah, you're just,
to them you're a possession,
just an object
that they can just throw around, but you're not actually
real. Animation, no problem.
Die working on your room.
We eventually spoke up, caused a massive fight with management.
It wasn't just speaking up, it was also trying to fight for who we are as people,
for rights, for money that we were owed.
So us being here, they didn't expect us to actually really read the contract, or actually just know what money and honesty is.
Maybe just speak up in general, because it's scary to be in a different country, in a foreign country, literally you've just moved over and you live here now and stuff, and then have the company fuck you over. It's hard to speak up, in your own country. Of course you'd go straight to your boss and be like, look, what's happening, what's happening. But here you're in a whole different country, a lot of people just a lot of people will just let it slide.
So after we spoke up, they kind of sugarcoated everything and acted like literally nothing happened. But because I'm the one that doesn't speak up, the more silent one that actually goes to the problem but would tell just her, and so they told her to leave the room, and then they stole my passport, so that they knew if they take my passport, I won't leave, she won't leave. And now we're sitting at this position where I don't have my passport, and we had to contact the embassy to actually help us.
So this was after we told them the issues that we're having, and that in the end that we've decided that we wanted to leave. So obviously they made sure that wouldn't happen. That's an issue, not having a passport. We had plans to go to Sharm el Sheikh and work for another animation team. It seemed a lot more professional, because this one just wasn't really working out for us, Yeah, so that obviously was cancelled because we couldn't fly there. At the moment, this is our little deal here.
And we thought that moving to a brand new country and a new place would be a breath of fresh air, but literally turned out like we were trying to survive, and
don't get me wrong, like,
this place is beautiful.
no, and I've loved, like, this has
We've
been
met people that we will hold to our hearts.
legit, like,
The languages, the food,
and just this whole like thing, like, I feel like I've grown so much in such a short time. You've talked to so many people, you've struggled with language barriers, and
we met each other.
everything, yeah,
Yeah,
like,
because we never knew each other before.
and now it's like, well, I came to Egypt by myself. Are you sure I didn't know Simona before?
That's the thing. It's weird, but you see, in life, it's that sometimes through the bad, something good happens too. Because
yeah,
also
I'm stressed.
really stressed.
I was gonna say I'm not too stressed, but no, I'm stressed. But it's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna get out of here. God is good.
God is always good.
Other than that, like, this has been an amazing experience. Like, it's just the people that we've met, and like, I love Egypt. Like, if you haven't noticed already, I freaking love Egypt, and so like, I don't regret this as long as I make it out alive or groovy. So yeah, that was like the beginning of everything that happened. The company was mistreating us, they weren't paying us properly, and so I spoke up about it. And when I spoke up about it, it caused like the biggest fight ever. Like, my boss and I were screaming at each other. We like blurted out that we wanted to leave, and so knowing that I was the one that stood up for myself a lot, Marco, when he told me to leave the room, I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, oh yeah, he just wants to talk to Simona kind of thing. But then he went ahead and like stole her passport from her. So he knew that like there was no way in the world he would have gotten mine or gotten Simona's when I was there. From there, Simona contacted her embassy, which is the South African embassy, and we knew that her embassy would send her home, like, as the solution. And well, we didn't really want that. I mean, Simona didn't want to go home yet. I didn't want to go home yet. She had a friend that lives and works in Malaysia, and he said that he would help us out, you know, get us flights, get us a job in Malaysia. So we spawned up this little plan, embassy, to let her go to Malaysia instead, say that she has family there. South African embassy in Egypt is in Cairo. Cairo is about like 6-7 hours away, Hurghada. We had a plan just to go straight to the embassy office and then go to Malaysia together. Because the resort that we were staying at was really difficult, like, to get out of without, like, what can I say? We can't just walk out the door kind of thing and no one will notice. Gated security. It was going to be like impossible to get out. 3 bags of luggage, plus like carry-on luggage, and then both of us out, like, without no one noticing, kind of. So one morning, really early, 5 a.m, I got all our luggage downstairs to the side of the reception outside. We had an Uber waiting for us. We put all the luggage into the Uber, and then only one of us was going to go to the hotel that I booked for one night. I went with all the luggage, checked into a hotel, left the luggage there, and then caught an Uber back to the hotel. Went to work that day like nothing happened. Plan was to leave after work and just tell everyone like we're just going out, you know, after work, going to the shops or whatever, and we were just going to stay at this hotel for one night and then go to the Cairo the next day. But during that day, it was a Wednesday, Simona got a call from the embassy, and basically they told her that she couldn't actually leave the hotel, and if she was to leave the hotel they wouldn't be able to help her because she has to physically be still in that hotel for the tourism police to do anything, or for them to even build up a case against the company, because obviously taking your passport is like illegal. Like, it's Egypt, but it's freaking illegal. Basically all our belongings were in a hotel in the city, and we just found out that we couldn't leave. The bags were such a mission just to get out of, like, you have no idea. It was just a scary thought to try and get the luggage back into the hotel without being caught. And so I remember all of the team leaving at lunch, and then Simona telling me that, and my stomach just dropped, and I just sat there and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, what in the world do we do now? And I just remember Simona's being like, you go, like, I'll meet you in Cairo. The embassy has to take me to Cairo, so you take everything, you go to Cairo, I'll meet you there. And I swear within 5 minutes I had called an Uber and was walking back to my, like, actually I ran back to my room to get like my other belongings, and then I left. I didn't say goodbye to anyone. It was really hard. Like, I love our I loved our team. I loved my friends there, oh my god, and it was so scary. Like, Simona and I split up and it was, what the fuck. So now I'm gonna pass me clip from the nights that I stayed in the hotel by myself. Update. Last night me and Simona had plans to go away together, like I said, because of all those issues. Plans changed real fast, and now I'm in the city by myself in a hotel. He's still in the resort, and shit's about to go down in the next few days, and I'm really scared. Like, the company's gonna get destroyed, and apparently it's not the first time that they've done all this, and the police know that. So back to me. I left for Cairo the next day, and so much shit had gone down at Fort Erebus. Like, the company had told the hotel that I ran away with some waiting boys and like all this stuff. I don't know, they made up so much stuff. Anyway, and it was just this big manhunt to find me. Like, I remember walking around the streets of Hurghada. If you see my vlog of eating my way through Hurghada, I remember Simona calling me and being like, they're looking for you. Like, they're driving around looking for you, and I was like, holy shit. So I went back to my hotel after that. Went to Cairo the next day. When I was on the bus to Cairo, Simona messaged me telling me that her friend, he wasn't giving us straight answers anymore, so he basically backed out of like the Malaysia thing. Simona needed her luggage back because she had no clothes, and I was currently on my way to freaking Cairo. I was gonna run out of money. No longer had a plan or job or anything. I was just this little 17-year-old, you know, running around Egypt by herself, like low-key on the run, because the company was trying to find me. I didn't tell anyone from back home. Like, I refused to tell anyone, I refused to ask for help, because I just wanted to get myself out of it. I didn't want to have to freak out anyone. Yeah, so I'll just hand it back to pass me for a sec. Ignore the really like emotional kind of state that I was in. I was just, you know, I didn't know if everything was gonna be okay, but everything's all sweet, so it's fine. But I didn't know that then, so just ignore her. Mona and I fucked up. In Giza right now. I have all of our suitcases. That's hers, that's mine, and she's still in the resort. And yes, now I'm alone. The hotel's helping her get out, and they're gonna pay for her to get home, which leaves our plan to be non-existent. But I'm waiting on a possible job. So tomorrow I'm going back into Hurghada. I have to send Mona's suitcases back to the hotel. Long story short, I basically regret leaving. I shouldn't have left. Especially shouldn't have split up with Mona. Okay, and back to me. The company was evil as fuck. So after this, they stole all of Simona's money. Thought that she was going to run away too. They've stolen people's passports before, 2 Russian girls, and they went to the embassy. Tourism police weren't doing anything, so she ended up turning to the manager of the resort, ended up agreeing with her and making a deal with her that if she worked for 2 more weeks, that they would pay for a flight home and that they would get her passport back for her. Obviously, like I said, it's illegal shit to steal someone's passport. So this was going to really fuck things up for the animation company, because it looks really bad on the resort. Like, the resort wanted just to fix everything and cover it up because they didn't want to have a big tourism case on their hands. Obviously we are foreigners and it looks bad. So the animation company wasn't supposed to find out that Simona and the manager had put up a deal like that. Basically that Simona had turned to the hotel. They ended up finding out through people, and so they turned it really badly on Simona. Like, I remember Simona telling me that they had snuck into her room one night to like scare the living shit out of her, you know, like threaten her and stuff. People that own the animation company, which I'm going to name and shame, I guess, just because they never really got, like, nothing happened to the company, which I feel like, even though nothing directly happened to me kind of thing, it happened to her, and it really pisses me off that they didn't get anything for it. Marco and Fox, his name is, but his name is Mohammed. So them two and their wives also devised a plan and made fake screenshots and stuff. You know how you can easily freaking do that. And if your company is going to go down the toilet, this big tourism case, because they've actually done this to a few people, and the tourism police have just been building up this case. So the animation company was going to get kicked out of this resort, and so they did, like they made up fake screenshots and stuff, basically saying that Simona was sleeping with the owners and getting money from them and like all this stuff. Anyway, so it was enough to put, it was irrelevant now. The case was irrelevant. The hotel wouldn't help Simona anymore because they kicked her out on the streets with no money, no roof over her head, literally kicked her out. She had no internet at the time either, so I didn't even know about any of this. She literally would have, like, I don't know what the fuck would have happened to her if it wasn't thanks to this one of the managers, female managers in the resort that was helping her at the time, found her. She was able to organize a place for her to sleep, and eventually organize tickets to go home. So Simona is now back in South Africa. So me, where am I now? I was blessed enough to land that job that I was talking about. Yeah, I live in the same city, if you haven't realized. And yeah, thank God, like I'm so lucky, like I'm so blessed. I'm telling you, when I was on that bus to Cairo, that's when I got the message like about this job. And I applied for this job ages ago, and for it to just like all of a sudden just get messaged about it like when I needed it the most was just, what the hell. So not even a week later I had a job again and a roof over my head. I was running around Cairo and Giza and stuff, and I was like on the smallest budget. I was living off like 50-cent chocolate croissant things. To conclude this, I don't want to hear no I told you so in the comments and shit. If my mom didn't say that to me, then I don't want to hear it. At the end of the day, I'm fine. I got myself out of the situation, and I actually don't regret any of it. Like, I don't regret coming to Egypt for 1 second. Like I said, when me and Simona were talking about it, we met so many people and we're so grateful for the experiences that we experienced. Like, I could never regret it, no matter what. As long as I'm still breathing, shit's all sweet. And even when everything went down, like, I refused to get an emergency trip home. Didn't want to ruin the experience. I wanted to stick it through for the whole 6 months. You just have to take all your situations with grace, like the good and the bad. Saying that, I do recommend do your research. The company I was working for was notorious for taking passports, and well, still around. And so just stay aware, be mindful. Don't just stop living. Like, you can't stop living just because this world is scary. This world is scary but beautiful. Anyway, thank you for all your support. Thank you for watching, and I love you all. And masalama. Bye. This is gonna be a story I can laugh about when I get myself out of it.